key comic books, massive drop in pricing, the market is definitely in favor of the buyer. All that and more. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. We've got a lot to talk about. Well, what's up, everybody? It's your boy C3, and I am back like I never left for another comic book and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely ring that notification bell. So every time I do a video, you wonderful people will get that notification. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. So check your nonsense at the door. We are back with another top 10 list of the hottest comic books on the market this week. And we've got a lot of price drops going on. There's been a massive price drop in the comics, which makes it very affordable for us to get these comics. A lot of them might have been out of reach in the past, but during this present day, it seems like it's time to strike while that iron is cold. And you know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Let's do it. Starting off the list at number 10 with a hot 1-in-25 ratio. It's Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and this is issue number 12. Yep, the cover art is done by David Bolden, and it has gone up 10.19% since I last checked the numbers on this book. This comic has been going up all week long, so a lot of comic book community members are looking to get their hands on this book. You could tell just by the way the increase in sales are going. Average price for a raw copy at the moment is $47. And you know that I'm a big fan of Miles Morales, so I was watching this book from the time they let it out the gate. I also grabbed myself a copy of it, and I'm happy to see that it's increasing in value. Comic book community is looking to add this to their collection as well, so I'm on the right trajectory when it comes to this particular book. Total recorded sales so far has been 39 sales for this particular book, with a high sale of $55, and that took place on December 5th of 2023. Fair market value has this book resting at $47 for a raw copy in near mint condition. All right, so if you're in the market for Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 12, the 1-in-25 David Bolden variant, keep your eye out on this book because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, now following up with issue number with comic book number 9. How can this book be so hot but also be so cheap? We're not even gonna ask questions. We're just gonna get these numbers and see if this is a book that is worthy of adding to our collection. Right now, the title of this book is Moon Knight, issue number 1. Definitely a key, definitely one worth adding to the collection. It's the first self-titled and ongoing series, plus it's the origin of Moon Knight. That alone makes it worthy of having. I have become a big Moon Knight fan since its release on the TV series. 3.83% increase in copies that have sold. Average price for a raw copy is $34. Average price for a graded copy is just $109. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know. Very affordable comic book key right here. All right. Total recorded sales so far, 6,799 particular comics that have moved on the secondary market. It has a high sale of $1,325, and that was for a 9.8 back in January of 2022. Fair market value has this book resting at $34 for a raw copy in very fine condition. But according to Go Collect, all right, Go Collect has 10,872 universal grades on the census. Okay, so let's first establish that. Now, out of those universal grades, we have 1,188 9.8s on the census. We have 2,517 9.6s. We have 2,214 9.4s, and we have 1,451 9.2s. And tugging up the rear, pause, we have 1,071 9.0s on the census. Now, fair market value, according to Go Collect, for a 9.8 is $400. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So when you think about the high sale that took place a while back, that's a $925 difference. So this is definitely a strike while the iron is cold comic book moment. If you're looking to add this book to your collection, the price is down and it's definitely an opportunity. All right. So speaking of opportunity, this is also an opportunity for you to make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell because we drop hot content like this every week. What's hot on the market, what's not, what's going up, what's going down, hot covers, things like that. Comic books you may want to add to your collection. You may even think it's time to get rid of. All right, so be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm your boy C3. I do it for the love of the hobby. I do it for the community. And it's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. So check your nonsense at the door. At the list at number 8, we got some Todd McFarlane goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This is a triple threat. We're talking about Spawn, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Spawn, Sam and Twitch, and the first Melbogia. I knew I was going to screw that name up. It's all good. You know who I'm talking about, all right? This book has a 2.63% increase in copies that have sold. Average price for a raw copy is just $26. Average price for a graded copy is $147. Now, there has been 10,188 total sales for this particular book so far. It has a high sale of $9,995, ladies and gentlemen, but that is for a 9.9. Yes, the 9.9 is the golden egg here, all right? Fair market value has this book resting at $26 for a raw copy in their mint condition. Todd McFarlane, triple threat, first appearances, you can't go wrong. Definitely a classic and iconic character, the Todd Father, doing what he does. At the list at number 8, if you need it in your collection, keep your eye on it because it's moving and price is down, all right? At the list at number 7, we have the Fantastic Four, issue number 244. Now, this is the first Nova, Frankie Reyes. 28.22% increase in copies that have sold so far. Average price for a raw copy is just $30. Average price for a graded copy is $137. For such an iconic book, those prices are welcoming. My wallet welcomes them. I don't have to break the bank if this is a book I need to add to my collection. We've had a total sale so far of 1,076 copies that has changed hands on the secondary market, with a high sale of $1,000 for CGC 9.8, and that was back in 2021. Fair market value has this book resting at $30 for a raw book in fine condition. So if you're in the market for Fantastic Four, issue number 244, keep your eye out on this book because it's definitely moving, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I know we can never get enough Spider-Man, all right? So let's talk Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 210. And this is the first appearance of Madam Web. This book has been hot for quite some time, and we know why it's been hot. We saw the trailer. A lot of people are not impressed, so therefore a lot of collectors are dumping this book, which is not a bad thing, right? Because for those of us that this book has been out of reach, it now is within our grasp, right? So now's a great opportunity to get your hands on this book. Strike while the iron is cold, all right? This book is down 5.38%, right? Excuse me. This book is actually up 5.38%. Average price for a raw copy is $91. Average price for a graded copy is $290, all right? Now, this book was on fire at one point, but prices have kind of like started to taper off and drop a little bit. Pretty considerable price drop on this particular book. Total recorded sales for this book, 1,169 sales so far, with a high sale of $2,250 for a 9.8, and that was back in 2022. All right? So that's actually, if you think about it, when I checked the Go Collect numbers, as early as, what was it? I checked the numbers yesterday. So Go Collect has fair market value for a 9.8 at $400. Now, that's a $1,269 price drop. Yes, that's a lot of money being left on the table, but it makes for a great buying opportunity, and that I can't argue with. Fair market value has this book resting at $91 for a raw copy in very fine condition. All right, so I don't know about you, but the current market is definitely in favor of the buyer. So I've been watching the market all week long. I'm pretty sure that these numbers will start to taper off a little bit more. I don't see the comics crashing or anything like that, but I just think particular books that collectors want to move along and make space for others, this is that transition period. So if you're in the market for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 210, keep your eye out on this book because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, my friends, we have made it to the number 5 hottest comic book on the market. This is the halfway mark. So I want to do what I always do, which is stop for a moment, take a deep breath, but also take the time to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and checking out the channel. And if this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'll really help us out and it'll help us reach more people. And also, you will be kept up to date on some of the hottest comic books on the market. All right? I do it for the love. I do it for the community. I do it for the culture, baby. And it's good vibes only. So check the nonsense at the door. We are only here for the love of the hobby. All right? And speaking of which, you know I have a bonus question for you guys this week. All right? So can anyone please tell me what color was Iron Man's costume in 1963? Leave that in the comment section. Let's chop it up. What color was Iron Man's costume in 1963? And don't forget, like, subscribe, share, ring the bell. Let's do what we do. Now we back at it. At the list at number 5. It's a fan favorite. If you love Rob Liefeld, you're gonna love this one. And this is New Mutants, issue number 98, first appearance of Deadpool. Absolutely. Big Deadpool fan. 0.97% increase in copies that have sold so far. Average price for a raw copy at the moment is $343, while the average price for a graded copy will run you about $539. And that's for this beautiful masterpiece of a comic book, right? There's been 5,160 total sales that has been recorded so far. And we had a high sale that took place back in 2021 where CGC 9.8 sold for $4,050. Fair market value does have this book resting at $343 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So if you're a Deadpool fan like me and you're looking to add this book to your collection, now is a great buying opportunity. Strike while the iron is cold. Major keys, massive price drop. These books are moving on the secondary market, so keep your eye out on it. New Mutants, issue number 98. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 4, we're going to keep the show moving right along. We got another book starting to see some smoke, and where it's heating up, so we're going to talk about this book. This is Stray Dogs, issue number 1. Yeah. This book came out a while back, right? But it's starting to see some smoke. So I don't know why it is. If you guys know, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. But numbers don't lie. All right? This book is actually down 0.93%, right? So we have a decrease, right, in prices that have sold. But average price for a raw copy is $23. Average price for a graded copy is $76. Last recorded sale for this book was $70 for CGC 9.8. I put this book on the list because now is a perfect buying opportunity for a book that was hot a while back that is starting to come down considerably. And if you were looking to add this book to your collection, now's a great opportunity. 713 copies of this book have changed hands so far on the secondary market. It has a high sale that took place back in 2021 for $610. That was for a 9.8, $610. Now you can get your hands on a 9.8 for roughly between about 70 to 100 bucks. So think about that. Massive price drop, all right? Do the math. This is a humongous drop. Strike while the iron is cold. You can't go wrong with a book like this. Great comic book, great storyline, great visuals, great artists. Forrester and Fleece, they do their work on this book. Is definitely one you may want to think about adding to the collection. Stray Dogs, issue number 1 is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, don't forget, what color was Iron Man's costume back in 1963? What color was his armor? All right, at the list at number 3, ladies and gentlemen, holding down the spot strong. we got to talk about X-Men, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of X-Men Krakoa, the first Philog, and what's his name? Cordyceps Jones. Yes, Cordyceps Jones. All right. 132.59% increase in copies that have sold, ladies and gentlemen. Average price for a raw copy right now is $8. Average price for a graded copy is $128. And steady moving, okay? There's been 512 total sales for this particular book with a high sale of 280, and that is for a CGC 9.8 that took place back in 2022. Fair market value has this book resting at $8 for a raw copy in their mint condition. X-Men, issue number 1, ladies and gentlemen, holding down the spot and definitely getting hotter, all right? Keep your eye on it. It's moving. And speaking of moving, look, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you what I've been picking up from the comic book shops as I've been moving around the state, all right? I've got some books, some keys, and some beautiful covers and some stories that I want to read. So if you're interested, just hang around to the end and I'll show you what I got, all right? At the list at number 2, Fantastic Four fans, stand up. This one's for you guys, all right? We're talking about Fantastic Four, issue number 36, and this is the first appearance of Medusa, the Inhumans. Yes, Medusa, the Inhuman, all right? 160% increase in copies that have sold so far. Average price for a raw copy is $104. Average price for a graded copy is $332. 772 total sales for this particular book so far. And we had a high sale that took place back in 2015 for a CGC 9.6, and that book sold for $5,975. But this book is way up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go Collect reports that this book in April of 2021, this book last sold for $20,400. All right, only 2 9.8s on the census. Great for collectors in terms of rarity. An awesome book, beautiful. One that if you have the money to spend, you may definitely want to add this to your collection. All right. If you're in the market for Fantastic Four, issue number 36, keep your eye out on this book because it's moving on the secondary market. First appearance of Medusa, the Inhumans. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 1, let's talk about the hot comic on the secondary market. At the list at number 1, New Mutants, issue number 99, and this is the first appearance of Shatterstar and Pharaoh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know, this book has been hovering for a long time, and it's finally seeing some work, right? This is dope. Average price, I'm all excited. 382.37% increase in copies, right? Average price for a raw copy is $13. Average price for a graded copy is $78. Total copies sold so far, 897 books. We had a high sale that took place back in 2021 where CGC 9.8 sold for $225, ladies and gentlemen. Fair market value has this book resting at $13 for a raw copy in very fine condition. But either way, you can get a good grade of this book for not a lot of money. Excellent price points for buy-in. You definitely can't go wrong. Hot book, hot characters. Listen, now's definitely a buying opportunity. Major comic books, massive price drops on the secondary market. If you're looking for something, now's a buying opportunity. The market is definitely in favor of the buyer. All right. So that's your list, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell. I'll be back like I never left. I'm your boy C3. You know what I always say: don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, when you see me, always keep it comics. I'll see you guys later. You know what it is. Okay, cool. So you guys are still hanging out. right, so check it out. Thank you for sticking around. I just want to show you guys some of the comic books that I picked up as I was moving throughout the community. All right? So, not spectacular, but definitely worthy of sharing with some of my favorite people in the world. You guys. All right? So, let me just take a quick sip because I still got my Vibe juice. I hope you still got yours. All right. So, the first book I'm going to start off with is I grabbed another X-Men, Fall of X-Men, Fall of X, issue number 17 variant with the Wolverine adamantium skull showing on it. So I grabbed another one to add to the collection. Yeah, beautiful variant. Love that. I grabbed, this is one I'm enjoying to read. If you guys aren't reading this, check this out. Dawn of DC. This is Penguin, issue number 4. All right, playing for high stakes. Big fan of Penguin, loving Penguin. So definitely make sure you check that out also. All right, you know I'm a Miles Morales fan, so I got my Miles Morales, issue number 12. I got my Black Panther, issue number 6. Yes. Right? Now, this is the other part of the hobby that I love doing. When I first started the channel, I used to do a lot of haul videos. But once I got off and running and then I got myself back in school, not able to do it as much as I like to, but I still love to do it. So I add this piece to the end of my weekly top 10 video. Hope you guys like it. We got Batman, issue number 139. Yeah, I love doing my haul videos. And here is a 137, Batman issue number 137. This one is Batman 139. Got some beautiful artwork here. All black. The Bat. Fire. All right. I picked up Batman, Legends of Dark Knight, and this is issue number 50. Right? How awesome is that? Beautiful. Had to have it. Caught it for a steal, so I definitely had to have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I grabbed Moon Knight, issue number 2 from that special edition. Big Moon Knight fan. Add that to my collection. I have a couple of the number 1s. They're around here somewhere. I'm not going to dig for them, though. I grabbed another Harley Quinn, issue number 5. I think this is Frank Cho. He killed this, man. Somebody call the cops because he murdered this one. And that's a beauty. I just got her first appearance also. I don't know if I showed, did I show? I think I did. I think I showed you guys the unboxing. Yeah, I just got her first appearance. Super psyched about that. All right? And I got some other things coming in the mail. Really focusing a lot on my grails. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not doing as many haul videos is because I'm not a rich individual, so I can't buy a bunch of weekly comics and be able to get my grails. So I have to sacrifice the money somewhere. So I strategically go after my grails. Leave a comment in the comment section. What would you would you rather have the grails or would you rather have the modern comics? Right? I think it's a toss-up between the both. You want to grab, you know, some of the hot things that are coming out for today, right? You want to get your hands, and you want to stay in tune with what's going on with the community and what we're reading, right? Things of that nature. But you still want to get your grails. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? We've got Batman, issue number 140. This is the 1 in 50, Tizzo. Beautiful cover. Beautiful. Yellow. You guys know I love my yellow. Got the black shaded in there. Fire. Definitely had to have this one. Yes. Merry Christmas, Santa. This is fire. And I believe this is a Batman also, 140. I believe it is. Let me just double check to make sure. I just saw it and grabbed it. It's DC. Let me watch out for that tape right there. Yeah, Batman's Silent Claus, Santa Claus Silent Night, issue number 1. Yeah, definitely worth having. Beautiful. And I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. I know I am. I'm enjoying it. Playing a lot of Christmas music. Just wanting to stay in the Christmas spirit. Not letting anything get in the way of that. Just having a good time. All right. Here's Venom, issue number 28. Yep. If you're not reading Venom, read it. Good read. I got Fall of X, issue number 29. I believe we're getting a new Dr. Doom team in this one. So there's a first appearance in here. There's a first appearance in here. If you guys don't know, first team appearance. Check it out. Okay, here we go. This is that Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 12. You might have heard me mention this on the top 10. Yeah, and as you can see, I didn't pay a lot for that muffler. Right? I'll take that all day. Miles Morales, huge fan. Another 12. Yeah, because there are a lot of doubles. Because as I go along and clean out my boxes, you know, I'm picking up my stuff from everywhere. Here's a 12, and this is the biochemical suit. Awesome cover, awesome looking suit. Batman Echoes. Beautiful. And Action Comics. And this is just a beautiful, oh man, this is just awesome. I got to look up and see who did the artwork on this, but I'm probably going to go after another copy of this because I think I want to have 2 of these in my collection. Just beautiful artwork, man. Can't go wrong. Right? It's beautiful. All right, so that's what I grabbed while I was out and about. I was actually up in New York City, or should I say down in New York City, and I grabbed a couple pieces, and I'll show you what they are. Again, nothing spectacular, just a couple pieces that I wanted to add to my collection. Now, you guys remember about 2-3 weeks ago, this comic came out. It was, you know, not super hot, but this variant I just wanted to add to my collection. I couldn't find any where I was at, so I went up to New York. I went down to New York and grabbed it. Punisher, issue number 1, and this is that Scotty Young baby variant. Just an awesome variant, just beautiful Scotty Young work. I wanted to have one, so I grabbed it. Absolutely. All right. All right, and last but definitely not least, I grabbed another Marvel Comics group supervillain classic, Galactus, The Origin. Bam! Yes. So, gonna give it a quick read, then pop it into my light and add it to the collection in my Galactus Silver Surfer section. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I grabbed. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus video. I appreciate each and every one of you for just hanging out with me. I gotta go, tons of things to do, but make sure you like, subscribe, catch the next top 10 list. Trust me, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Got some special books up there. All right, and if you notice, I switched the wall around a little bit. No. Those are by no means the originals. But they look good though, right? They do. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Much love, much respect. Don't hate, congratulate. And always keep it comics. We out. Later, Gators.